God does not call the qualified. He qualifies the called. And I was reminded of that this week when I hit the streets in my new job as a pharmacist at a startup. Now, quick story on that. Before I went into this role, I graduated pharmacy school back in 2012. And since that time, since day one of graduation, I was working full-time in a big pharmacy chain that was really busy for a solid 10 years. And I was one of those crazy pharmacists that actually loved it. Like, for real, I loved my job. But in 2021, I, no joke, was led by God to quit that job, to literally give it up, something I loved. No explanation, no grand plan, no guarantees, nothing. And I know that sounds crazy, but faith is only crazy until it happens. So at the end of that year, I got an opportunity to join the startup pharmacy part-time that had been gaining a lot of traction since, get this, it launched in March of 2020. That's right, the month that the COVID shutdown began. And there's a full story on that, how I got started, in episode 200 of the Fit Pharmacist Healthcare podcast. So I'll drop a link in the show notes so you can listen to that there if you want. But in this new job that I was called into, after leaving my comfortable, seemingly secure, six-figure job that I loved, my main role in this new job that I've never done before was to grow the business by meeting prescribers and fostering relationships with providers who are really looking to change the face of healthcare so that we, as the pharmacy, could serve their patients. Now, this is a role that I've never been in before, I've never been trained for, and with the specifics I'm in as a pharmacist, it's never existed before. So you could say there was a bit of intimidation. I told you all of that backstory to land this point right here. Now watch. I felt like I needed to increase my confidence. So in order to do that, I focused on increasing my competence, meaning I prepared and prepared and prepared for this. I did my research because I'm going out into the community, meeting people I've never met before to try to build a relationship out of thin air. So I practiced what I was going to say in a role I've never done before. How do you think this went down? Now watch. When I first started, I was so focused on myself, worried about if I'd say the right thing, if I'd make the right move, if I did the right stuff. I was so focused on myself that I psyched myself out. It wasn't natural. And if y'all, are watching me or listening to me or wherever, like, this ain't scripted, like, this is me. This is me freestyling. This is my personality. It's got the energy and all the quirks and, if you're still here, I guess it doesn't bother you that much, thanks. But that's who I am. But when I over-prepared from a good intention, I felt like I had to be someone I wasn't. I felt like a robot. And after the second office visit, I thought, this is not me. I need to shift my focus. So I had a huge realization. It's not about me. It's about them, the patients, the providers, the relationships. And when I shifted my focus on meeting those people and really creating those relationships, my entire emotional state changed. I became more fun, more energetic, more myself, instead of worrying about who I'm supposed to be. Y'all, this is exactly what I teach my clients who hire me as their speaking coach. And if you're afraid of public speaking, if talking in front of a group of people, whether that's 2, 5, or 200, y'all need to listen up, because this seriously is how it works. The reason that you get nervous when you speak is the exact reason why I was tripping on the streets. You worry about you. Think about it. You get up on the podium, knees weak, palms sweaty, mom's spaghetti, all that. You start to freak out because you worry about you. Will you say the right thing? Will they laugh at you? Will they pay attention? And on and on and on and on. But when you shift your focus to serving your audience, it helps a ton to take that anxiety away. So that's exactly what I did on the streets. I took everything that I've been doing in speaking, that I learned the hard way, by the way, and then I flipped it into this new role. So if you're in a new role, it doesn't mean you're starting from scratch. It means you need to get scrappy. Meaning that if you have had success in another area of your life, doesn't mean you're perfect, but if you've had some momentum, look at what's working there and say, can I transfer this skill to this new area? I call it skill transfer. And I've been teaching people this for years. I had to start with myself, and once it's worked, and once I've helped so many other people, I want to share with y'all. Hey, this is Dr. Adam Martin. If you want to listen to the full podcast episode, click the link below.